What's going on, everybody? Is it a crypto emergency? What the hell is going on in the space right now? Well, we know Binance is under attack once again. It's round 2 for the SEC versus cryptocurrency. That's right, Binance being sued by the SEC, a complaint going in. What is it all about, and why is it important that we just take a breath? We're going to break it all down in this video for you, so be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Let's get directly into this one. So here we go. Binance is sued by another US regulator, sparking plunge in cryptocurrency values and shares. The world's largest cryptocurrency exchange is accused of misleading investor funds and operated as an unregistered exchange. Where did we last hear that? Well, 30 million quid is what it cost Kraken, and we know Coinbase was also attacked. However, Coinbase stood their ground. Could we see a united front from Binance and Coinbase? Is this a last-ditch hurrah from the SEC before the XRP announcement, and before ultimately none of this will be a thing for the SEC coming forward? So what did we get? Well, ultimately the SEC filed 13 charges against Binance and equally against Xiaopeng Zhao. Now, we do have the full official complaint, which is just here. I don't know why I was clicking on the other one, which is just here. This is the actual official complaint here that we can take a full look at. You see there, the Securities and Exchange Commission, 100 F Street, Washington versus Binance Holdings, including Xiaopeng Zhao. Now, it breaks down a number of different points in which the SEC is fundamentally going after Binance, namely the fact that it unlawfully solicited US investors to buy, sell, and trade crypto asset securities through unregistered trading platforms available online at Binance.com. They also Binance and BAM Trading under Zhao's leadership and control have unlawfully offered essential securities. They also offered unregistered sales of crypto and securities, including Binance's own coin BNB and BUSD, which is why we've seen BNB dump today. Interesting, however, is also getting listed on some decentralized narratives, which is also very, very interesting. They ultimately explained and had controls that they implemented on Binance US while raising approximately 200 million from private investors. Started around 2018, escaped the registry requirements of the federal securities law. So 2018, they're now going back 5 years and saying that it was a problem. And ultimately, what they also are saying is that they have avoided any regulatory sort of fees and equally custodians of security exchanges. So kind of crazy to think about. Now, what did we see on the back of it? Well, BTC took a huge dump on the back of that, as you would expect. Now, what's interesting, we brought this down on the live stream, is we did expect to see some market push back up. This was a big grab of liquidity down this bottom end around the 25.5. Now, we did think we would see maybe 26k. That was probably the next bit, and then 27.2 was a significant part of liquidity once again. What do I think? I think we'll send back up. We'll probably hover back about this in the next couple of days. There are some key dates coming around June 13th and June 14th, significant outcomes from both the financial sector and equally the SEC XRP Hinman files, and they could be huge. So we did get a response fundamentally from Binance, which does talk about the fact they've been discussing and have been negotiating with the SEC to try and resolve this, and it's exactly the same as Coinbase. Very, very interesting that we come out and could, like I said, we see a combination of both Coinbase and Binance go after it. Now, remember, if you are a non-US citizen, ultimately this doesn't really affect you. This is Gary Gensler, and this is the problem that I think a lot of people have in the US right now with Gary's and the SEC's venture, is that ultimately it's impacting the US market and not anyone else. And I think it's very, very interesting and very telling when you look around the globe what is happening. Ultimately, what has it meant? Well, we haven't seen a significant exit of volume out of Binance. We did see this the last time when FTX collapsed, and when the SEC went after Binance the first time, we did see huge liquidations, over $1 billion of liquidations coming out of Binance. We are not seeing that both on Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I think is important. People prepared to hold within the Binance platform. And I think ultimately it's a little bit like the boy that's cried wolf. We've seen this a number of times, and we are yet, other than Kraken that spent 30 million quid on trying to make this go away, we are yet to see this really stick. And I do, like I said, think it's a last ditch hurrah in terms of what's coming from the SEC. What I also think is hilarious, well, I say hilarious, but it's certainly a point of discussion. It says June 1st, Hong Kong government approves trading on the following tokens: Sand, ADA, Matic, Sol, Axe, Atom, Dot, Uniswap, Link, LTC, AVAX, XLM, and ETH. It's June 5th, SEC sues Binance for having markets on Sand, ADA, Matic, Sol, AXS, Atom, File, Mana, Algo, and Cody. And I think it's very interesting. It shows the desire from the rest of the world to embrace and develop with cryptocurrency. And I think ultimately what we're seeing, however, with the US markets is they are doing everything they can to really stop that. So we'll see what happens. Bitcoin is recovering. Again, we see some pretty solid points. If we take a look at where we've got some liquidity to play with and ultimately where we might see some parts come out, and take a look at the BTC part on Coinbase and Binance, we can see some of the real key buy points here. As we start to look up as to where people would buy, we see a significant mark at 26,000, which would be some sales, around 208 Bitcoin sat there. There isn't really then a lot until we head all the way back up to getting into around that 27, 28 mark, where we actually start to see a little bit of BTC around here, 27,500, and that would be a 1.7 thousand BTC move, which if you take at the current price of around 25k, you're talking a significant amount of money. You're about $42.5 million to get to that point. So it does feel like we have some barriers to get over. However, I do think we see a price movement up for BTC. But let me know what you think of all of this. What do you truly think Gary Gensler's agenda is with this suing of Binance? And if you enjoyed the content and you got some value out of it, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're here every single day to bring you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. Smash a like on the video if you want to see Bitcoin back above 27k. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.